Hey everyone, welcome to FAQ, where we take a couple of minutes to answer frequently asked questions. So today we're answering the question, is there any proof for the resurrection? You know, the resurrection is such a big deal, even though Apostle Paul said that if there was no resurrection, guess what? Then Christianity would mean nothing, it wouldn't exist. So what I want to do today, I want to give you 5 reasons why you can believe in the resurrection. Reason number 1. The precautions of the Roman Empire. Do you know that when the Roman Empire heard the rumors that the disciples were going to come and steal the body of Jesus, they decided to have massive precautions. So to prevent this from happening, they did 3 things. Number 1, first of all, they put a guard of 10 to 30 soldiers around the tomb to protect it with their lives. Now you got to understand, these weren't normal soldiers. These were like the elite soldiers of the day. The second thing they did was to put a stone weighing around 1,000 to 2,000 kilograms around the entrance of the tomb, a massive stone. And the last thing that the Roman Empire did was to put a tamper-proof Roman seal around the tomb so that everyone would know if they broke the seal, the full might of the Roman Empire would be unleashed upon them and they would be punished by death. So to suggest that the disciples overpowered these highly trained soldiers, broke in and stole the body, makes no sense. They were fishermen, and right before Jesus was crucified, they were terrified, and guess what they did? They ran away. Reason number 2 is the non-Christian evidence that affirms the resurrection of Jesus. You know, there are lots of secular historians like Josephus, who was a Jewish historian, who records the resurrection of Jesus as a fact, as well as Thomas Arnold, who was an English scholar and historian. Now, they weren't Christians, and they wanted to be credible, so they wrote a reliable historical account based on the evidence, which means they had to report the truth whether they liked it or not. Reason number 3, the eyewitnesses. After Jesus' resurrection, he gave proof to lots of people that he was alive by appearing to hundreds of them, meaning they were eyewitness accounts to the resurrection. Later on, Paul would write and he said, if you don't believe what I'm saying, then go and chat to these eyewitnesses who are still around. Go and chat to them if you don't want to believe me about the resurrection of Jesus. So to say that Jesus didn't rise from the grave would suggest that these hundreds of people were crazy, lying, or hallucinating, which is unlikely because they would risk death. And even psychologists agree that there is no such thing as mass hallucinations. Reason number 4 was that the body of Jesus was never found. See, if Jesus never rose from the grave, his body would still be in the grave, which means all the Romans had to do was to reproduce the body of Jesus, and they would have stopped Christianity even before it started. But see, they couldn't. They even admitted to the fact that the body was gone. And reason number 5 is because of the faith of the disciples. You know, before the crucifixion of Jesus, the disciples were scaredy cats, they were cowards, they ran away from any sort of oppression. But guess what? After the resurrection of Jesus, they were as bold as lions, and they were willing to be beaten, burned, beheaded, stoned, crucified, even sawn in half. And the point is this: the disciples would not have been willing to risk their lives for something they knew were a lie. So guys, I hope this video gives you a bit more confidence in your faith, to believe in Jesus and to really live out your faith in Jesus. I love you, and until next time, have a great week.